Okay, on this slide I can see that it just tells me that there's lots of different ways to make the number. So for today we're just going to look at the number 6. The next day you'd be making the number 7, and the following day you would be making the number 8. When the children have done this before, they have learnt to make a number, draw a number, and then write the number. And I'm just going to show you how to do that with your child. And if you flick along to the next slide, as your child's completing the activity, just put this slide on here because I feel that it has some really useful questions to ask as your child's completing the activity. For example, how did you make the parts of 6? It really opens up a discussion about number. Okay. So I'm just going to try and make the parts of 6 myself, and the things that I've just decided to use are just different things and items from around the house. So I've made my own tens frame, I've just drawn it, I've made my own parts whole frame, and as you can see I've just used bits and pieces from around the house. I've just got my pens, and I've also made myself some counters, and I'm actually just using some wrapping paper for this activity. So the first thing I want to do is think about how am I going to make the number. So today's number is the number 6, but you can do this for the number 7 and 8 and so on. So what shall I use? I think I'm going to use the ice lolly holders. How many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I want to arrange them? Do I want them in a line, or do I want them in like a square? I think I'll keep them in a square shape. So I can see there's 4 ice lolly holders. So 4 isn't quite 6. I need to get some more. Okay, so I have 4. How many more do I need to get? 4, 5, 6. I need to get 2 more. I'm going to use my spoons, and I'm just going to line them up like I have done with the lollipop sticks. Ooh, so I can actually see now I've made 6 by using 4 ice lolly holders and 2 spoons. So I now know the parts of 6 are 4 and 2. Some people might look at this and think, oh, actually you could have made 6 as 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, because 3 add 3 is 6. But I'm going to choose to leave it as 4 and 2. So I've made the number 6, and the next step is to draw the number 6. I'm just going to grab one of my felt tips. So when you're drawing what you've used, the resources that you've used, you could do a circle or cross. It really doesn't matter. It really is up to you. So I'm going to try and do a rough image of my ice lolly holders. So I've drawn 4 blue ice lolly holders, and then I'm going to draw my spoons. Lovely. So I've made the number and I've drawn it. The next thing to do is to actually write it. So some children just might want to write the numerals. So I have 4 as a part of 6 and 2 as a part of 6, but you can also see on the PowerPoint that some children might be ready to write the number sentence. Some children might recognise that that's actually the add sign, and this means equals or all together. So I have 4 add 2 equals 6. 4 add 2 equals 6. And I could actually choose to represent that in my part whole structure. So we know the whole number is 6. So I'm just going to choose a post-it note. And if I take a look. What was the first part of 6? That's right, I could see it was 4. I was going to use another post-it note. I'm going to write 4 in this part. And what was the other part of 6? That's right, I could see 2 was the other part. I'm going to put 2 here. So 4 is a part of me, and 2 is a part of me, and the whole of me is 6. So you can see how I've made the number 6. I've drawn it and I've written the number sentence. And then what you would do next is that after your child has told you how they've made the parts of 6, they would tell you how they could make 6 in another way. So you're not looking for them to make 4 add 6 again. They might choose to make 5 add 1, 3 add 3, 2 add 4, or 1 add 5. Okay. And then that's how you complete the adding parts of making 6.